Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we're back in the War of Three Peaks. You might remember at the end of last episode we had two different choices set for us. I did make good on my word and checked what's the best route now, and I think we are off best. Well, the better option is to start by going back to Azgh-buzru and talking to Prince Durin there, so that's what I'm gonna do. And from what I understand, Prince Durin is gonna send us to Drenghól eventually, and that's why I'm picking the prince first, but there's only one way to know now.
Victory is at hand!
We were pushed back on our heels, Beriathan, but we did not give up hope, and now we are rewarded. The tide of battle has once again turned in our favor. Victory is at hand.
One obstacle remains!
One obstacle remains, my friend. We must do something about Gorgar the Ruthless, the orc who rules Gundabad. His orcs will defend the mountain home from us for as long as he lives, but if I can put an end to him, they will scatter. They will learn firsthand that only a dwarf can lay claim to the title Lord of Gundabad. Blow the signal horns to rally dwarves to my banner, outside Azgh-buzru, in the field of battle, and at our forward encampment nearest to the mountain home. I will lead my warriors up the steps on this last offensive, and on the very threshold of the fortress I will challenge Gorgar for the rule of Gundabad. Yep, there you see. There we go. So, outside Azgh-buzru, but yeah, it's in here, but the signal horn. Okay, it's a usable item. I see. All right. Dwarves cheer the sound of the horde call. They're getting excited. Oh, there's a chest in here. Okay. To be honest with you, I still have not decided about the pocket item. If I am gonna get the pocket item at Adana Kurfu. But just in case, I'm trying to see if I can get a couple more chests. And if I'm lucky enough to get another shard. If that's the case, well, that would be great. So I'm guessing now the other horn we're looking for is here in the trenches, yeah. That's right. Dwarves cheer wildly at the sound of the horn. So it seems they are getting even more excited now. Alright, gotta cross to the other side of the trench. Hopefully avoiding some of these guys. This guy in here, I don't think I can avoid. Alright, there we go. And even though it's not the healthiest option, we're sticking to the road for the time being. Yeah, we're gonna... I think we can ride in here. Because we will have a lot of things to do there in Drenghól, so I really need to make the most of the time I have. What are you doing with that barrel? I don't remember carrying any barrel. I'm baffled. What was that? I didn't have any quest for carrying barrels. Now you're making me second guess myself. Alright. Yeah, here comes Commander Hushcore. And that's a guy that we want to avoid. That's been established. I don't feel confident trying to take care of a 5 million morale boss. Maybe I will. I mean, maybe if I switch to determination, I'll have a better chance at that. But, you know, we can try. We can try, but first, I really wanna get to the camp and do what we can. I mean, we still have a couple more quests left, so that's what I'm doing. Trying to avoid as many of these guys as possible. Alright. I almost skipped this. Alright, this is where we need to be. The dwarves hush you before you can blow the horn. It is probably just as well. This is a secret hideout, friend.
Victory, but my heart is heavy.
I'm sorry, Beriathan. We are right on the threshold of victory, but my heart is heavy. You ask Broin what you can do to lighten his burden, and he frowns. There is nothing, my friend. These worries are my own, and... He trails away, engaged in some internal debate. At last he nods decisively. You have always stood by me and my kin, Beriathan, no matter the mistakes we have made. I will forget neither that loyalty nor those kindness. Neither will I keep these troubles from you, though I am ashamed by them. This, then, is my confession, friend. I fear my decision to seal away the mithril axe may have cost my father his life. Would Brogur still live today if we had wielded Sigelberg in defense of the Iron Garrison? When the horde emerged from the depths of Moria, could I have repelled them if I still possessed the truest reflection of Durin's own axe in this age of the world? I chose to seal Sigelberg away because I thought it was cursed. But can you truly say that the Iron Garrison's fate in Moria could have been worse than it was? I find that hard to believe. How many lives might I have saved if I kept Sigelberg, Beriathan? How many lives in Moria and how many lives here on the steppes of Gundabad? You speak what reassuring words you can, and Broin thanks you for them, but you can tell his heart remains heavy. Tell my cousin Bori I am well, or well enough. He does worry. Alright, and as you see here, this now will send us back to Zarkul Sulun to advance the Legacy of Durin storyline, but now we can talk to Náin and begin a totally optional portion of the War of Three Peaks map. But, well, as I told you, we're gonna give it our best. So let us see.
One moment of my time, then off with you.
I had hoped you would come, Beriathan. The battle at Azgh-buzru has grown bloodier with each passing hour, and there have been enormous casualties on both sides. For my part, I shall make certain that Gorgar suffers the greater loss. If we are to emerge victorious, we shall have need of more warriors like you. There is much to discuss if you are to aid us.
Let us get to the point then, shall we?
Yeah, completed. Kindred to the march on Gundabad. We're gonna check that in just a minute. It does the Gabil'akkâ no good to call it by any other name. The Battle of Azgh-buzru is upon us. When we marched to the Warfield, my company numbered in the hundreds, but our losses have been great. What I intended to be a sudden, brutal attack against the orcs of Gundabad was repelled by their machines of war, and our advance has stagnated into a bloody stalemate. Ground is gained and lost in the span of hours, so much so that I must bear my shame and admit Gorgar has claimed the advantage, at least for the moment. Indeed, he owes much to his defenses both within and without Mount Gundabad, but they cannot hold forever. I need you to find 3 of my warriors in the field, Dreri, Mesto and Orug. I believe you know them. I tasked them with discovering weaknesses in Gorgar's defenses, and I would have you exploit those weaknesses. Into battle, Beriathan, for the glory of the Gabil'akkâ. Ah, you have another one, okay.
High time the dust settled and dwarves got back to work.
I have one more task for you. I have received word that Gorgar has deployed a number of his war trolls to guard the approach to Mount Gundabad. However, I have reason to believe that they have also been sent to uncover our position. If Drenghól were to be discovered, it would deal a devastating blow to our offensive. Slay them for the good of the Gabil'akkâ. And Beriathan, these war trolls do not travel alone. Neither should you. Yeah, that's sound advice, but I don't have anyone right now, so I'm gonna try my best. So we have reached Kindred with the march on Gundabad. That's awesome. Let us check this really quick. Kindred. Kindred to the march on Gundabad. There we go. Some currency, travel discount, title, 20 LOTRO points. You have reached Kindred status with the march on Gundabad. That's right, and 20 LOTRO points. So yeah, once again, I remember this portion of the game being quite hard on level last time I did it. The trolls especially were a pain. As Náin said, they don't travel alone. And they are a pain to fight because of that. And you gotta be careful because you can run into more than one of them. And that friggin' sucks. Overrun with the forces of Gorgar the Ruthless, the War of Three Peaks rages at Azgh-buzru. If the Gabil'akkâ hope to continue their march on Mount Gundabad, their enemies at the Warfield must be defeated to the last. How many? 30 of them. God, that doesn't sound good. Dreri has taken a defensive position with several wounded longbeards and stout axes. I can see that.
Hey.
Beriathan, it is good to see you, but keep your head down. Have you seen a cloud upon the warfield? Dare not to stray too close to it. It is death itself, a fire that consumes all breath and burns within. Oh, that such a weapon did not exist. I have spied them gathering it in cauldrons beside their trebuchets across Azgh-buzru. Destroy as many cauldrons as you can, and when that is done, report to me at Drenghól. Alright, so we have our first quest in here. Let us try and pick them all up. And then we'll see about a plan of attack. Now I'm thinking this would be a great moment for us to have the silver stone of the tortoise, the one that comes with stats. That would give us a much needed boost, but I don't know if I can do that. Orc peers into the distance where the shapes of several trebuchets punctuate the horizon. Well, I don't have the stone with me, it's what I meant to say. Beriathan, did Lord Náin send you? It is as we feared. Gorgar's forces have erected siege engines across Azgh-buzru and have begun to set siege to all of Elderslate. Oh, come on. Oh, 3 million morale, yeah. Yeah, I gotta pay really close attention to this fight. But so far we seem to be doing good. Oh, thank you. Gorgar's forces have erected siege engines across Azgh-buzru and have begun to set siege to all of Elderslate. As you might expect, Gorgar's weapons are deeply entrenched within his forces. Until their lines are broken, it is likely we shall again find ourselves at a stalemate. Find a way through their defenses and destroy those siege engines. When your task is finished, report to me at Drenghól. Some of those turtles, as you see, are running around with goblin assassins, and those are the ones we want to avoid. But these ones that are traveling solo, that might be a little bit better. But once again, gotta keep an eye open on these guys. We cannot get too overconfident with them. And this brings to mind those times when we did the Limelight Gorge in the Great River, Tarlank's Crown in Western Gondor. I think those are, well, those are the group quests I remember us doing, the group areas. We struggled a little bit with both of them. We'll see how we do with the Warfell. We just gotta mind our surroundings. And as long as we do that, we should be okay. Alright, these guys are... oh, come on. These guys are getting buffed by the Orc Captain. So, them we should hopefully also avoid. As long as we can get... as long as we can get the siege engines without fighting those guys, we should be okay. Now, another reason why I think it's better to fight these guys, well, do all these quests, is because right next to this place, it's also the entrance to the raid of the Bloody Threshold. And that is something, well, we don't necessarily have to do it, but I would like to unlock that entrance. Because, well, you never know when you might find a group for the raid, and without the entrance, that's gonna be difficult. Grush and Flag, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, this is another guy you really, really want to avoid. I mean, we've been doing the trolls. The trolls have 3 million morale, 4 million morale. Maybe we can do some of these warbands, but not all of them, and especially not Grush and Flag. So let's see if we can find our way into this palisade, right, without fighting that troll, because that's something that we really don't want to do. Oh, there's a sapper in here. Oh my god, that's gonna suck. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna pop Never Surrender just in case. Hopefully it will come out of cooldown by the time I really need it. Gundavad Orc Captain, really? I think at this rate I might need to switch to Determination sooner than I expected. Okay. Maybe we can avoid a sapper if we play our cards right. We'll see. Awesome. Let me decline the quest because, yeah, I don't see ourselves doing that anytime soon. Yeah, it seems we can avoid a sapper. That's something that we definitely want to do. We want to avoid as much of these guys as possible, of course. Don't make this harder than it already is. Come on. Wake up! You're not summoning the friggin' totem? Alright. Is it done? No, not yet. Oh, we're fighting this defiler. At least, he seems to be on cooldown for the totems, so that's good. Those totems are a pain. But hopefully we won't have any more troubles with them. We're doing good. Better than I remembered, and most likely this is due to the new allies. Last time I did this was before the ally revamp, of course, when War of Three Peaks was initially released on 2020. So yeah, it's understandable that I struggled a little bit more. The new allies are more powerful after all. For God's sake, I'm not doing cruise and flag. In fact, I gotta keep my distance. Down with a totem. Ah, that was not a totem. Alright. There we go. Well, that was better than expected as well. And as long as we can avoid this guy, should be okay. Alright, now, oh, this is the entrance to the raid. We're about to discover it. That's great. Oh, didn't see you there. We'll need to fight 2 trolls, I guess, in order to get it. And I don't think we can pull these guys one at a time. That seems quite unlikely. So... Leroy Jenkins, I guess. Oh, yeah, we can pull them one by one. Awesome. Comes Prussian flag. Gotta keep our distance. There we go. You have defeated the vast number of the forces of Gundabad at Azgh-buzru and granted a brief advantage to the dwarves of the Gabil'akkâ. And well, we gotta talk to Náin back at Drenghól, but that one can wait a little bit. Discover the entrance to Amdandamul, the Bloody Threshold. That's the deed. We'll check it as soon as we are done with this guy. So far so good. Well, we were able to defeat the trolls without getting in trouble with too many assassins. That's awesome. Discovery Amdandamul, the Bloody Threshold. Yeah, but no points, no currency, no nothing other than the entrance to the raid being unlocked, which is good enough, but still have many things to do. Alright. Engines of destruction. Well, there is one more dwarf that we can find around here. There's a zapper over there. I don't want to cross paths with that guy. I'd much rather fight a regular soldier than a sapper. Oh, this is a trench. Can we cross it? Ah, there's a cauldron in here. Good. Oh, for God's sake. Nothing else in here, it seems. Gotta say, this is turning out to be easier than I remembered. Ah, there's a Bjorning fighting over there. Ah, well, he's level 140. He shouldn't have any issues with this place. But if he can take care of some of the enemies, clear a way for us, that would be great. Not that I'm gonna ask him, of course. Each one of us has its own objectives. But if he, well, whatever he can do on the sides to help, it's gonna be a big help. All right. We're doing good. We're doing really good. Ballista in here. Well, we are halfway through with the ballistas, so still got a lot of things to do, but we are advancing at a really great pace. Here we have the cauldrons we're missing too. Awesome. Let's see if I can avoid the captain that's over there. And instead fight the guys in here, where they are not under his influence. That's great. The last cauldron, there we go. Talk to Dreddy at Drenghól. Great. Did I get my milestone at Drenghól? I didn't think I did. Ah. I forgot. Injured soldier. That seems to be like the quest we have not gotten yet. Gotta find Mesto. It's a little bit to the south. I don't see him. Alright, I see the quest ring on the tracker. I'll get to it in just a moment. Alright. We're missing just one more ballista. And I'm really surprised that we were able to avoid all the trolls that were running around with the goblin assassins, like that guy over there. I remember that was easily the hardest part of that. Mesto stands over several defeated orcs, his axe slick with black blood. Come on. And I cannot jump over the ballista, right? Well, the palisade ends here, so at least there's that.
Spare me your words, Kislev. They do not win wars.
Oh, come on. Can't you see I'm busy here? That's rude. Beriathan, what are you doing here? Leave me to my work. Mesto takes a crude medallion from a fallen orc. You notice what appears to be a severe dwarf beard gripped in his other hand. Gorgar is cunning, for an orc. His slimy ilk have ripped and torn the beards from my fallen king and kept them as trophies. Trophies! There can be no greater insult. If the Lord of the Iron Hills has sent you, I shall not scoff at the prospect of spilling more blood. Reclaim what they have taken from us, and collect their own medallions in kind. If Gorgar wishes to count the dead, he shall suffer to find score of his own among them. Say what you will of the long beards and the stout axes. I see the fury of the Shellrock in their hearts. Is it in yours as well? When our vengeance is done, let us meet in Drenghól. Go! Man, I should have talked with Mesto earlier. No, I mean, I would be done already had I done that. Now, we gotta do a lot more fighting before we can go back to Drenghól. You see there? The two groups of goblin assassins are running so close by that you will end up pulling 4 assassins and 2 trolls. Who wants to do that? Alright. You wanna fight, our captain? You wanna fight with all your guys? I'm not afraid of you. Completed. Orc Slayer of Elderslate advanced. Awesome. What do we have here? Needed Slayer of Elderslate. Alright, gonna check that in just a moment. Talk to Oruk at Drenghól. Yeah, we'll do that, but we gotta fight a lot more orcs before we can go back. Orc Slayer, so we got 2000 virtue XP, runes, LOTRO points. What about the virtue XP? Loyalty, well, we have not leveled up loyalty yet. 5 LOTRO points, we have Slayer of Elderslate. There are 6 of those. Angmarine, Dragonkind, Hobgoblin, Troll Slayer, Work Slayer. And I guess all those are gonna take a while. So I guess we're gonna get a new set of quests after we go back to Drenghól. So... well, we'll see what else we need to do. Let's try to avoid the assassins. What about the sapper? Yeah, if we attack from range, he drops the bomb and he's not so difficult to deal with. The thing is, when the sapper comes, it is joined by more orcs. Oh, assassins, no. We can avoid them. Now we only need to... Oh, yeah, Mesta was so close by. That's what we should have done. Alright, we're missing just one more orc. Grushan Flag. No, I don't want to fight Grushan Flag. I told you already. There we go. Deliver the medallions and dwarf beards to Mesto at Drenghól. We can go back to Drenghól now. Awesome. So this first portion was really easy, but now, well, at some point, I'm not sure if now, but at some point we're gonna send to an enemy camp. That one is the real attraction in here. Not looking forward to that, but we'll see how we do. We're gonna get the milestone in here just in case. Once again, I would hate to get defeated and then having to ride back here. That sucks.
And what news have you?
Through all my years in Mordor, I witnessed many terrible things. I had hoped that such terrible creations could not be found so far from the Black Land. We cannot hope to undermine the craft of this new weapon, but we can work to slow its deployment on the battlefield, and that is enough.
Hey!
Is your vengeance done? May you have found as much joy in it as I did. Give me what you have collected, and I shall see that all of it is borne to Sarkul-Sulun. I shall not forget what you have done for the Sheldrake this day. Sarkul-Sulun or Sarkul-Sulun, I'm not sure. Once again, I suck at Khuzdul.
Hail, friend!
You have done well, Beriathan. With fewer siege engines to slow our advance, we might soon be able to march to the gates of Mount Gundabad. I hope you're right.
Well, traveler?
I had no doubt Gorgar will soon send more of his trolls into the warfield, but each one we defeat serves to guard our position. You have my thanks, Beriathan.
One moment of my time, and off with you.
You have done well, Beriathan. The others informed me of the aid you brought them, and not a moment too soon, it seems. Gorgar's forces have been hindered greatly by your hand, but the battle is not yet ended. After conferring with Dweri, Mesto and Oruk, our path is clear. The time has come to press the attack. I shall send as many of my forces I can spare into the field to occupy Gorgar's forces, but it is you who shall lead the attack on Bagud-mekhem. That's what I was talking about.
Let us get to the point then, shall we?
Now then, on to the matter at hand. My scouts have discovered that the forces at Bagud-mekhem are being led by none other than a two-headed troll known as Narg and Mouse. It is our assumption that their considerable stature allowed them to broker the uneasy alliance we observed between Gorgar's orcs and the Frost Horde at Bagud-mekhem. However, I believe that if Narg and Mouse were not keeping their smaller subjects in line, that delicate peace would shatter like orc skulls beneath our axes. Beriathan, I need you to gather your allies and make for the deepest reaches of Bagud-mekhem, put an end to Narg and Mouse for the glory of the Gabil'akkâ.
What news do you bring?
Beriathan, I have received word that Gorgar has bolstered his presence at Bagud-mekhem. It seems 3 of Gorgar's most trustworthy lieutenants have been sent to oversee his forces and lead a new front against the Gabil'akkâ. It remains unclear if Gorgar is even aware of the alliance between his forces and the small contingent of the Frost Horde gathered within Bagud-mekhem. If there are troubles between them, so be it. Nevertheless, the defeat of his lieutenants is of utmost importance.
Out with it.
Ah, Beriathan. You and I both know there is no love lost between the orcs of Gundabad and those wild orcs of the Frost Horde. Why should we not turn their mutual distrust to our advantage? I have heard that several cold weaklings have begun to roost with their orcish allies in Bagud-mekhem. I do not know the appetites of orcs, but perhaps if a few of these whelplings were cooked by Gorgar's orcs, things might not seem so friendly between them and the Frost Horde. Do you understand? Slay as many cold weaklings as you can and toss them in the fire pits tended by Gorgar's orcs. That's twisted. Man, this Sheldrukar. These Sheldrukar are vicious. Once again, I'm glad I'm on your side, guys. Jeez.
What news have you?
Beriathan, I have an urgent task for you. Through your efforts, we have gained significant ground at Azgh-buzru. However, I have just received word that several of our warriors were captured in battle and taken to Bagud-mekhem. If I have learned one thing about Gorgar, it is that he does not suffer unneeded prisoners. Once the amusement of his orcs is sated, dwarves who are not deemed useful to him are slain and beheaded. We cannot allow that fate to befall any more dwarves of the Gabil'akkâ. Go to Bagud-mekhem and free our allies before it is too late. Alright. So, Bagud-mekhem is this camp here on the north. And this is the one I was telling you about that I remember being the real difficulty in here. It's a huge camp. You will be fighting a lot of guys, and most of the time, yeah, you gotta pay even more attention in there. But since that is a really big camp, I think that is best left for the next episode. However, something that I want to mention before we end for today, Bagud-mekhem, that's the location for the full fellowship instance in War of Three Peaks. We discovered the entrance in Elderslate, not in War of Three Peaks, which I think it's kind of weird. To be honest with you, I don't remember the instance too well, and I'm not sure where it is placed in the story exactly. But at this point, I would need a full fellowship to be able to do that instance. So I think that's something that we also need to leave for later. But if I'm able to get the instance done, you will see a link to that video somewhere in the screen, I guess. I don't know yet, but we'll see. And we'll also see how we fare on Bagud-mekhem on the next episode. For the time being though, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.